The story of Graça Machel, from First Lady of Mozambique to First Lady of South Africa. Graça Machel is a remarkable African woman whose life has been intertwined with two of the continent's most influential leaders, Samora Machel, the first president of independent Mozambique, and Nelson Mandela, the first black president of South Africa. Her journey from being the First Lady of Mozambique to becoming the only woman in history to have served as First Lady of two different countries is one of resilience, diplomacy, and deep humanitarian commitment. Marriage to Samora Machel Graça Machel, born in 1945 in Mozambique, was a highly educated and politically active woman from a young age. She studied in Lisbon, Portugal, and later joined the Mozambican Liberation Front, Frelimo, the movement that fought for independence from Portuguese colonial rule. In 1975, after Mozambique gained independence, Samora Machel became president and Graça became the country's Minister of Education and Culture. During her time in office, she helped significantly improve literacy rates. She married Samora Machel, and the couple became one of Africa's most respected political power couples. The tragic death of Samora Machel. On October 19, 1986, tragedy struck. Samora Machel died in a plane crash in the Lobombo Mountains near the South African border. The crash remains shrouded in mystery and controversy, with suspicions of sabotage allegedly involving the apartheid regime in South Africa. Graça, widowed and devastated, withdrew from public life for a while, focusing instead on humanitarian work, particularly in education and children's rights. Meeting Nelson Mandela, Graça Machel met Nelson Mandela during the early 1990s while he was still serving his final years in prison, and then during the beginning of his presidency. The two had much in common. Both had experienced personal tragedy, both were freedom fighters in their own right, and both were deeply committed to improving the lives of others, especially children, and the vulnerable. Mandela, who had separated from his second wife Winnie Madikizela Mandela, found in Graça a calm, intelligent, and compassionate companion. Over time, their friendship blossomed into love. Marriage to Nelson Mandela. On July 18, 1998, Nelson Mandela's 80th birthday, he and Graça Machel were married in a private ceremony in Johannesburg. It was a union that brought joy not only to them, but to people across Africa who admired their leadership and shared values. Despite Mandela being 27 years older, their marriage was marked by deep mutual respect, dignity, and shared humanitarian work. Together, they championed global causes from HIV/AIDS awareness to child welfare and education across Africa. Graça continued to serve as a global advocate, even after Mandela's retirement from public life. Legacy. Graça Machel's story is not just one of being married to two presidents. It is a story of a woman who stood on her own feet, as a freedom fighter, education minister, global humanitarian, and advocate for peace and justice. Her dual role as First Lady of both Mozambique and South Africa is a historical achievement, but her lifelong dedication to children's rights and African development is her most enduring legacy. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, share, and like for more of African stories and leaders.